There we go. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David and her ladyship? And indeed, Merry Christmas. Um, Not merely to your good self or selves, David and her ladyship, but anybody else who happens to be watching. Well, certainly for those of us in the right time zones. You get the picture, I'm sure. Um, Now, today, Batman will not be joining us. He's having dinner with his in-laws, which, yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Well, you might do it for other reasons too. In any event, um, now you all know the drill here, people. Fuck yeah! All right, David, give us a letter, mate. Give us a letter. I'll get the book. Um, Actually, C would be a suitable option, you'd think. M. We have M. M. JJKLM. Let's see what we have here. Let's find something. Merkin, a pubic wig. These items still exist, although they are not so much in demand as they were in previous centuries. They're especially popular when the usual treatment for venereal disease involves shaving off the pubic hair. Um, the word is a variation of malkin. Though it is now little used, it was a common female name for over 1,000 years. Interesting. Although it is not as well known as it once was, it is far from obsolete. In the film Doctor Strangelove, the name was of the president in the USA. The name of the president of the USA was chosen with some care. He was called Merkin Muffley. It's gold. Is there any more to this? No. Merkin Muffley. That is fantastic. And I believe Doctor Strangelove was Peter Sellers, so that sort of fits now, doesn't it? Alrighty, let's get down to the modelling. Now, there's a couple of things I might do very quickly before we get stuck into our VW, and that is, it dawned on me quite late in the piece that I need to bronze out these bits that are going to go on the car. So we'll do that. That won't take us very long at all. Yes. Some of the things in that book are genuinely interesting. What the fuck has happened to that? Never mind. I must say, so there we go. It's been a bit of a fun little investment, so you know. And now I might want to just pop a little hole in one part there. Give you a zoom in on what I've done thus far shortly. Now where is? Here is our little, which I might do this the easy way, which is to say, pop that there. There we go. Now, so what I've done there, and I might actually want to go around the edges, mightn't I? Now that I think about it a bit more. Good idea, Rob. Now, I'll give you a zoom in on what I've just done here. this is falling into the stuff of so much last touch work to be done. It's just not worth focusing on one kit. So yeah. Now, I'm not using them. There, for example, is what we're looking at. Now, one thing I'm going to do very quickly. Because certainly one, maybe even two spots that could use a little bit of clearing with a pin. Being here. Alrighty. Beautiful. And that's just there's a little touch there. I might get a bit more on. And then that's them done. We can let them dry. It occurred to me that if I was to put a silver badge where all the trim is bronze, it's going to look out of place. So yeah, and that was or is just, there we go. I can bring it in and focus. Boom. So there's that. Now, next, what did I want to do before I... Was there anything else I wanted to do before I got on the VW? Actually, there's a couple of things very quickly before we get onto the VW. Now, they are first, very quickly, because this won't take us long at all. Give me a moment to find. Is this what I'm looking for? Yes, it is. Chassis black, because over we come. There's a couple of little spots in here where I've put crystal clear to fill a gap. But I now need to fill or cover with black paint. Oops. Might give you a bit of a zoom so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, there we go. Now you can see that white line, that's crystal clear. There was a gap there which I addressed by filling with crystal clear. One of the great joys of it, I find, is that you can just do that. I did. Very simple. But of course, you don't want to leave that there. We've got to cover it with paint now. I find it a preferable way to work than with... hang on a moment, I think that might be about to say if I'm not careful. Or preferable to work with over putty. I find putty a bit rough, and then you got to sand it down. Crystal clear is generally pretty pliable. Oh, hey, Dean, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Well, it's Christmas Day today here. I've gotten everything all organised and ready to rock. It is currently a bit after 8 in the morning. I do obviously have somewhere to go. Beyond that, my day's actually, I wouldn't call it busy. I've got to go there. I've got to come back. This is not of its own a major achievement, one would think. Now, what am I looking for? a suitable receptacle. Boom, this will do us. So it's I'm glad you like the car, thank you. Yeah, so it's Christmas Eve for you. I guess the question would then come from me. Are you going to be busy tomorrow? How's your day looking? I know some people have to go to 2 dinners because there's their family and their partner's family and yada, yada, yada. I have none of these concerns. There should be plenty. Now, wipe my hands. Now, we will use maybe, which brush do we want to use? Actually, that's probably a good choice. Oh, that needs a thorough rinsing, I think. I won't use that one. I think it needs a big clean. This particular brush, I think I failed to clean it properly on one occasion. It's a good brush. All right, let's do it, kids. And all I'm really wanting to do here is just cover that little gap there. It's going to probably take a couple of coats, or not gap, that area of crystal clear. It's going to take a couple of coats, I'd suggest, is the likelihood. Because, well, it just will. That's okay. I can live with that. Yes, I can. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I did get it there. I wasn't sure if I had crystal clear all the way around to where I wanted it, or where I thought I had it. Yeah, I do. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, wah, wah, wah. Or maybe I don't. All right. Either way, I'll give you a zoom in. Now, actually, you get a better angle on this one, I think, to see what's going on. Okay, yeah, you can see that one quite clearly where I've hit with the crystal clear. And we just... There we go. There we go. There might be a couple of other spots I need to address here. But you get the idea. Now, there's a couple of spots where I'm going to need to apply a little bit more crystal clear, perhaps. We'll see how it comes up first. A little bit more around there. There we go. All right. Whoops. So what I've done there is, whoops, wrong way. There we go. That focus. I'm slowly addressing these areas here where there's been a gap. Don't ask me why the gap exists. Just settle for the fact that it does. Once they're fully addressed, I can put the bonnet in. Put a little bit more paint, and then we'll get on to some other stuff. The bonnet will probably be one of the probably the last thing I put on. And I need to zoom out. I've just realised. Give me a moment, guys. All right, zoom out a bit. It's getting there. Now, pop that over to there for the time being. Clean brush. Splash. Oh, hello. Oh, nice. Is that a sort of like a kit you get with it? Oh, here we go. You're answering my question. You are Spit, Hurricane, Ground Crew. Nice. I've got a starter for a diorama that I would like to do. My bigger issue is where I would display it. I don't want to just build it and just lob in the back of a cupboard sort of style. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would you do that? You're talking about a big amount of work. It's the Pegasus Bridge kit from Italy, and what it gives you is the stuff, the very rudiments of what you're going to need. The bridge, your German vehicles, some paratroopers, and some German infantry. Some signs, yada, 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 and a fair bit of good stuff, but it doesn't give you the river or how you want to set the banks. And as I actually do have a Horsa glider, well, yeah, you're cooking tomorrow. Nice one. I'm a big fan of cookery. I really am. Now, whilst we're waiting for that, those last little bits on the Ovlov to happen, there's one other thing we're going to do before we get to the VW. I've already done my Christmas cookery by doing a whole stack of baking, most of which I have already distributed. I will be taking, where I go to Christmas lunch today, I'll be taking sausage rolls, fruit mince pies, something called, that you may or may not be familiar with, called vanilla kipfel, which are Austrian almond shortbreads, and a cake. Oh, hey, Jeff, Merry Christmas. So, yeah, and I've distributed a lot of that same sort of flavor range to, now what I want to do finally with this is attach this to the tail. That's the easy part, theoretically. Come here and to about there. All right. And if you're wondering what I'm doing on this one, this is the very last thing on this one, actually. This one, we're about to see kit completion, kids. I'm about to put this wire onto there. Give us the aerial wire. Boom. Now, scissors. I need scissors. Yes, I do. I do. Stop. Now, England to win the fourth test. Oh, look, mate, I've got some bad news for you. Yeah, no, mate, no. I'm sorry, no. I gotta say, current form aside, the fact that they've lost, I believe, Archer's out now. So, given that he was one of their big hopes before the series. That's a big blow. At any given time to a side when you lose one of your main bowlers. Come here. And we'll go for about... Oops, careful. I'm pulling on the stem. There we go. Do an aerial wire can be a bit tricksy. We'll pop that there for the time being. Now we're going to move that there now. And we just will bring that up like so and splatch. So all we need to do, you can't see what the fuck I'm doing. So yeah. Well, there's always a chance, I guess. Beef, I mean, but but yeah, sport can be a harsh, deliver some harsh realities on occasion. And look, from a strategic my headset just dropped out. From a strategic viewpoint, baseball is flawed. Look, yeah, if you want to take the attack on, great. It's a good, positive. Being defensive is not helpful. There's a time and a place. And yeah, Travis Head showed he knew the time and place when he won the first test for Australia. He went to town. It worked. But you don't always see him doing that. And that's the thing, I think, where the whole baseball thing is a failure, and the English cricket team has paid for it in due course. That's my opinion. I'm Ken Brockman, and that's my 2 cents worth. Now, and Jimmy, gotcha. Now, boys and girls, I can. There we go. Aerial wire on. Kit complete. I think my favourite bit of the kit, I'm going to give you a bit of a show off of this because, as I said, it's my favourite part, is in fact the cockpit. All the photo, which is totally worth it. It's a bit, hang on, maybe if I pop it down, move it over to here a bit, that aerial stand, and aerial needs to, ayo! I need to make that wire a bit tighter. There we go, that'll do. Anyway, maybe if I can. Oops, and now I'm smacking the bloody stand. Hang on. There we go. So I'm really pleased with that cockpit. And a bit frustrated with the way this aerial wires sitting. But give me a moment. There we go. Or I can just deal with it. It's quite common for aerial wires to be very, very loose when they were right on the ground. So yeah, now I'll just pop that out of the way and put that somewhere after. Over we go. There's a win. If ever there was, kids, there's a kid out of the, well, not out of the way. It makes it sound like it's a chore, doesn't it? Cool. It's not a chore at all. Now, VW. That reminds me, people. Now, give me a moment. Oh, I've got them all in. Here we go. These arrived yesterday. Now, these are going to give me the decals I require. These ones here, to be more precise, to go on the VW for the, to give it the markings of Richthofen. Now, the aircraft specs we'll need to put down here. I've got them on a separate set of, pardon me, decals, but that'll all be good. Now, if we get these out, here's something I'm a little curious about. Who put these out? I have had some decal sheets where it's like one big piece of backing, and it's just like, how does fuck off sound? Let's see what we're dealing with here. No, these ones are not just one big piece of backing. Good stuff, making me happy already. Now, what we'll do. Now, I'm thinking that these ones would be a good size for the door. We'll use one of these on, actually we'll get the relevant part just to show you. On one of those small ones, we'll go there. You can see that will fit, give a nice filling sort of a size. And on the bonnet, we're going to go one of these big ones, splatch. And what I'm also thinking, I'm going to see if I can locate and we'll line them up with, I'll show you something. Oh, and I do have the paint all ready to go as well, a nice sharp red. Now, so what was the other thing I was going to show you here? So we've got that there. It was something. It'll come to me in a minute. Yes. Now, I've done a bit of research into wooden interiors because I want to give it a very much a well, World War I aircraft sort of a feel, and I think a wooden interior would be the go. Now, the question I need to ask myself, a few things I need to ask myself, to be honest. Would I extend that to, I guess I would extend that to the, whatchamacallit, glove compartment. But I'd still need to make it quite clear that that is the glove compartment, if you follow me. Yeah, I guess it would be all the way across, apart from where there's dials and gauges on the dash. So we can have a bit of fun with that dash, I would suggest. Oh, that's actually, yeah, they've made it quite easy to paint out the numbers that you'd see around there. Well, not paint them, but at least put a little white mark so it looks good. All right, now I haven't had a good look at the assembly sheets on this. There's not going to be too much to it, I wouldn't think. Looking, give me a moment, guys. That's the Mercedes-Benz ones. These are the VW ones. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit more to it than I... Actually, no. It starts off very obviously with our engine. Okay. And an axle goes straight through that. Now, what colours are we looking at here? Oh, that's good. Here's something I've got to show you guys. It's a small thing, but it warms the cockles of my heart. It does. I'll show you. It's a small thing. List of paints. You can actually, usually I find the list of paints is on a completely different page to any part of the assembly sheets. So, let's see if you've got it here. What we can see here, just go, oh, boom, oh. And that can probably happen quite easily for, yeah, that's very efficiently done of them. Now, something I'm going to suggest, people. Yes, I am, because a lot of the first steps are unsurprisingly the engine and mechanics and stuff. That's generally how it rolls. So what I'm thinking, let me bling down for a moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of those parts. In fact, what I could consider, probably should consider, is what I'm getting to is I'm going to hit them with some surfacer. Boom. That's only going to take 20 minutes to dry, which will give me time to have a bit of a look at the colours required. And then also we can maybe start getting some of the stuff, final stuff on the Volvo. You never know, we might finish 2 kits on this stream. It's not off the cards. So yeah, that's a bit of a plan of attack for the moment. Now, so it'll be that. They're all on the sprue. I haven't trimmed anything off, and this is a good start to proceedings, I'll tell you, purely by virtue of the fact it means they're on one piece. Yay! Yay! Where to put them to dry? Ha! For some reason, I had a sudden flash of when it comes to where to put them to dry. When he, there's an episode where Homer's stealing cable, so he's got a title fight on, and because he's getting everyone to come around, Monty gets wind of it, and apparently, because he tells Smithers of his plan to go and visit. He takes along some munchies, and the line he trots out at one stage is, "Ah, Smithers, boxing is one of the times I enjoy the sights, smells, and sounds of the common man." And he gives this quite unsurprisingly disdainful appraisal of what he's expecting to be greeted by at a common person's house. And he one of the lines he trots out, and I can't remember how I even got to this thing, but the line is, "Looking around for a place to die." No, look, and a mangy dog looking for a place to die. So yeah, I can't remember how I got onto any of that, but yes, that's what Monty thinks happens at a common person's place, and this is the only time he enjoys their company. It's sights, smells, and don't know how I got to that. Like I said, dearie me. Anyway, now I'm going to take the headset off for a moment. You'll probably hear me doing my cool blimeys and all the rest of it. I shan't be long. I wish I had hold music. What would I use as hold music? You know, that whole elevator. Dee, 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 Really wouldn't cut the mustard for me. I'd kind of prefer to try out maybe something a little triumphant, maybe some '04 Tuna, or the classical vein, or maybe a bit of Led Zepp. Either way, I'll get my shit together, get this done, I'll be back. Now, you people, let's get this shit out. Dee 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 dee. There for the time being. I'm back. Now, depending on factors X, Y, and Z, I guess there's literally no reason why we can't, even once that dries, get the main colour on. That'd be a bit good. Certainly wouldn't be against the idea. Now. While this is drying, I will pop you. Give me a moment. I want to get this out of the way so it doesn't. Although, let's face it, happily, the surface dries fairly quickly. Now, let's see about engine colours. 1, 2, I'm looking for. There we are. So, X56 metallic grey. So that's just the engine case or the transmission housing. What other colours do they recommend? X16, XF16, aluminium. Okay, yep, that would be the XF1. That would be for the rubber. Yep. Okay. Most of it is unsurprising. They're looking for chassis black as a colour. Maybe not all of it. XF8, was that X18? Semi-gloss black. So different shades of black is what they're talking about for the engine. Yeah, they're not really changing that too much. Now, I would kind of like a cleaner look than that, I think. Let's see what the rest of the engine colours are. Oh, excuse me. Okay, nah, I'm with it. And then we get X11, more aluminium. XF1, flat black. Oh, that's for the rubber, yeah, okay. Anything vaguely changing much? Not really. Dearie me. Not giving us any great excitement on the colour front, I've got to say. Rather unsporting. All right. Now, chassis black. The air filter is chromed by the looks, potentially. C28. Or is it clear? Let's have a look. Now, how dry is the surface of getting? No. It's merely decal. And it's, see, I'd say it's clear then, potentially. No, it wouldn't be that, would it? No, because that's D. C would be A. I'm thinking that this is B then, or is this C? No, this would have to be C. Correct. Now, what I'm thinking, I'm a bit bummed out on the suggestions of their colours that they're given. And I think I can do more interesting stuff with a bit more of my own imagination. What I would like, there are certain things that do need to be specific colours, that's a given. There's certain things that I would like to have. Now, what was I looking at before? It won't be long before we can paint, by the way. I can tell you that now. Yeah, I can see I'm going to be using a judicious... that's what I was trying to clear up as to... Okay, now that's just a part on here, okay. All right. Now, the other question I need answered, whilst I think of it, is and what we'll do is I'm going to make an assessment on this, and then we're going to do a bit more on the Volvo. And hang on, that's touch dry. We can get stuck into shit very shortly on this. This is cool. Okay, I've done a bit of a look-see. I know, got it. Okay, guys, here's what's going to happen. Yeah, that works for me. Now the question. Okay, here we go. If, let me just zoom in. Say I'm looking, this is the door panel. Now, no, it will start on the front. Now what I'd be doing is the wood grain would go across vast majority of that. Underneath would be a lighter brown color. There are reasons. Now, on the door trim, I would need to keep that wooden, I reckon. But the rest of it would need to be that lighter color. You don't want to go too dark against the leather. This top rim here, I would probably do a color that complements the wood, which will probably be a really deep mahogany. Maybe, yeah, pretty much just that, a deep mahogany. That would be the go, straight out. Now, I had originally envisioned the chairs, because if I'm, and again in the back, what we'd need to do, let me just adjust the camera angle a little. There we are. Is probably go wooden there, because it's got to actually, because that's got to sort of correspond to what's in the front, whereas the rest of it would be that same light color. Now I had originally planned to do the bench seats and that really black. I still can. Just trying to decide how that's going to look. Ooh, I've got it, guys. The color's obvious. I've got the light color, that'll be sort of a light leather, but the seats will be a very dark, but again, a brown. So it's going to be brown and red on the interior is the plan. Now, something I can do, I'll eat new, I reckon. Yep. Yuppers. Oh, we're doing this. Now, this is going to take me a bit of time. Actually, no, what we're going to do first. Calm the farm, big boy. First, give me a... I'm going to take the headset off again for about 30 seconds. I'm going to get this... I discovered that whilst the paint that I'm going to be using for this is great, it does take a long time to mix. And it falls heavily into the category of, well, fuck, shake, 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 do some other stuff. Shake, 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 do some... Once it gets there, it'll look great. You'll also get the opportunity when I bring it over to have a bit of a look-see at the color I'm using. All right, back in a moment. Boom. This is the red I'm using. So yeah. Again, take a few shakes. But let's get a bit of focus going. In a minute, I'll get onto the Volvo. And then, okay, mouthful of coffee perhaps. Now, what I want to do next on this, how'd that come up? Pretty good. Now, next on the back. We have, now where did I put? Give me a moment. Here? No. I had a little plinth with a Volvo tag on it. Where the fuck have I put it? Oh, Rob. Where the hell is it now? I just might just keep it bling off. I'm considering doing more spraying. Where did I put it? That's just... Hang on. I wonder if... That's hilarious. It was actually underneath the... it was the plinth that I used for... Okay. I wonder... I'm not entirely happy with the way that's painted. Here we go. That's better. Yeah. So we'll let that settle there. Wipe my paint off my hands. See if how we go about getting the other ones in. It'll be something done. It falls into the category broadly of well, just one less thing to do. Here we go. Now, oops, a daisy. Just going to pour them out a little. All right. Now, which one goes where? Might want to check that out, hey? Now, the bonnet will be the last thing I put in because, of course, it's going to. In the meantime, we're going to. Or there's that and the wing mirrors. I just want to get these last little bits on. Now, aha, the 760 goes in there. So, sprue cutters. Boom. Now, hopefully, I can pick these up with, oh, you bitch, my pencil. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Now, I would suggest this might be a circumstance where a bit of crystal clear would be the go. But I will want to get this. Oh, is that? Alright, whatever. That's probably plenty. Let us, hopefully. Not quite. Whoop, almost. One's in. Glad I used crystal clear. I think that was a very smart idea. It wasn't rocket science to think of, though. But it's in now. That's one in. Once I've got the other one in, I'll give you a zoom in. Now, while I think. Now, let's see about getting this other bit in. Right. Yeah. All right. It's all coming together, people. Sort of. So what we have there, probably need to do a little tidy up on that paintwork off the bed, but that'll be easy enough. Let that dry first. Pop this out of the way for a moment. Over to here is fine. Now, next, all right, I reckon we're good to go. Now, or will be once I've done a couple of other things. First, plinth for you. Now, how sticky is that? Good. In this instance, oh, bless Tamiya's cotton socks. That's going. What I'm happy about here is this is going to be very easy to cut out and hold and mount on something, so it's going to do both sides quite happily. There is a small point that I should probably mask off, because it's actually meant to be silver. Actually, wait, no. Yes, I shall. Oh, no, I shan't. I'll make my mind up in a minute. Now, what I'm hoping we can achieve here with these 3 stems of sprue. Yeah, it'd have to be with 3 stems of sprue something or other. I've sure you get the drill here. Trying to be seasonal. Yeah, that's okay. Now, have they been as kind? They have. Oh, aren't they kind? Yes, they are. Now, once we get this done, we should be in a position to get the last of the badges on the back of the Volvo. Once they're dry, we will paint them, and then we can just put the last stuff on, pretty much. There we go. Now, all right. So, this again is going to require my taking the headset off, but not for long. And when we come back, or when I come back, I'll have the first coat of these done, which will be kind of cool. Then we can get down to some detailing, I would suggest. I'm stoked that I got the Corsair finished. And the fact that the Volvo will be finished, if not today, tomorrow. Boom. Everything's coming up, Robster. Probably a good day for it to do so, I tells you. After all, you want to have a happy Christmas. Now, back in a moment, good people. Well, there's our first coat. I'll be needing to do a couple more because of the white surface there. It doesn't really facilitate good depth at this stage. So about 2 or 3 more coats, probably 2, will be required to really get that up to speed, but that's the color we're going to roll with for the most part. Yeah, there we have it. All right. All right. Now we shall pop. Oh, I've got paint on my hands now, unsurprisingly. And we'll pop you into here for the time being. You two can go there. Now, next. We'll just give my hands another quick wipe. Make sure no paint's coming off. And I would suggest now's as good a time as any to. Oh wow! I'm just looking at the whole of the VW. It looks really yeah, wow. Yeah, that'll come up good once it's all properly done. Happy with that. Now, our Volvo badge. That wasn't so cooperative yesterday. I wonder if it's a weight thing. It may be that it's too heavy for this task, for this method of going. Oh, no. Nah, it is. Okay. So it's going to be tweezers. Or is it? Now, first, what we're going to do is bore out those holes a little more again. As in these holes, there's one there. And there. All right. Now, next. Here it is. We only want a little bit of crystal clear. Not quite. I'm hanging for my next bank. I misplaced my bank card. Actually, no, I straight out lost it. And I'm waiting for another one. Credit card, bank card, whatever you want to call them. And the thing is, it prevents, because I've blocked it, which is what you do, the inherent problem is I can't purchase things online. And the problem therein, come here, you. There we go, do we? There we go. Now, bit of mucky muck on it. Tweezers. I'll peel that off. Get that off. That off. Now, once they've all dried, we're going to give them another touch of paint. And then, good people, and I'll give you we're just going to touch up when the time comes a bit later. Just going to run the brush across just to tidy up those little silver bits on the badges. And then our final things will be to put on the wing mirrors and the bonnet, and then we're done. And that will be another kit done. Boom. So, actually not seeing too much of the car there, are you? There you go. So we'll get that one finished probably, well, if not today, tomorrow, whilst we're working on the VW. Now, next, detailing time, kids. All right, our first protocol, doesn't really matter, but if I'm wanting to hit is this. The interior stuff like the dash and the sideboards. Now, let's look at some colors, shall we? Let's look at some colors. Now, I actually think I might actually have one of the colors I seek out already. Not that I'm seeing. Wait a minute. Boom. Not quite sure what I had it out for, but regardless. Boom. I know what I had it out for. The steering wheel of the Volvo. Now. Now, here's a color I'm going to want. White. Where is mahogany? That's one of the colors I'm looking for. That's not out here, is it? That's not impossible, actually, now that I think about it. Because I usually do a grain effect on wood when I'm doing it, and I didn't do it this time, though, which is why I'm wondering if it's in here. Nope. All right, no. I'd also like possibly that one as well. Actually, no, I can see the one I prefer for that. This one. We're going to need that one for some of the instruments. Where there's another thing I need to ponder. Give me a moment. Not quite. I'm looking for a couple of. There's okay. The acrylics I'm seeking are not in there in this box. I have other boxes. Well, another box of them. Let's see, is this them? Yep. Now, this is going to be dry as a nun's nasty. I might as well throw that away. Ah, good people. Leather brown. Do you want that one? Almost the right brown. Flat brown. No, that's not. Where is mahogany? Where is mahogany? Well, I like that brown for the parts of the other areas. Will be revealed. Mahogany brown winning. All right. Now. Okay. Now, do I want to handle it like this? Or do I want to cut them out? Cut them out! Yeah, I'll cut them out to a point anyway. All right. In fact, definitely I will. Sprue cutters. Cutting, cutting, cutting. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at that. Just noticed something, guys. This you got to check out. It's a small, again, one of those small details, but well done, chaps. They've almost compartmentalized your individual parts so that if you wish to do, as I am now doing, look at that. It all, I can still keep it all on. I don't have to cut out an actual part. I can just go, boom, and it will be so. And you got to say that's a bit good. Now, how do I want to go about this little number? A few ways. Now, and in the meantime, we'll take that and that. And this. Actually, this one I can cut out completely because I don't really need to worry too much about the outsides of this, as it will be covered largely, or at least, yeah. Anyway, now let's have a look. How do I want to go about doing this? I guess looking at the rubbing. All right, our first port of call is going to be black. And that's because what I want to get done on the dash here is, that's the speedo. I want to do that. And I want to do the radio. Most of the radio, at least. Now, with the speedo, I am going to go over what would be otherwise the where the numbers are. I'm just going to put the numbers on top. It's that easy. I'm not going to overthink this. Goggles will be needed though. Yeah. I'll just zoom out a moment. Get our black pen going. Now. Now. Let us. I want a fairly crisp brush for this occasion, I would suggest. We'll go with that one. Oh Christ, which is the fresh one? I've lost sight of which one's the new one. A blob I put out. I think it's that one, isn't it? Nope. Christ, is my eyesight that bad? I can't tell which is the fresh one. Answer: yes. Hello. Nope. Nah, fuck this. Just remember where you put it this time, big boy. Yeah, that's a bit. This is damning indictment on how bad my eyes found it. Found it. Now, you sir. There we go. We're gonna go just inside here. And almost done. All right. Now, the radio. Now, not all of this has to be black. And in fact, we're just going to do that little area there. Because I'm going to do most of it, I reckon, that light colour. I'm trying to remember how my grandfather's VW looked. All right. Now into there. Right, so what I've done there, that's the speedo. I will do the numbers later. That's the band thing for the radio. Now what I'll be doing around that is that's going to have the lighter color around it. The wood will be around that. Now, any other areas where I wish to apply black on that? No. Let's clean the brush. Then I wouldn't mind applying. Oh, actually, we might need to wait for the. I know what we're going to apply next. Oop. Now, the next color that I want to apply is going to be, and I'm probably going to cruise very soon, guys, because I do have places to be, people to see. At least we're going to start, and I'm happy with that. We got the Corsair finish. We've almost got we've got precious little to do on the Volvo. That's going to be a bang, bang, bang. That's good. Now, that was the next color I wanted. In this instance, I'm going to go just straight mahogany. Ordinary mahogany is going to be a different, will serve a different purpose. But in this instance, it won't. We're going to go just, normally what I use mahogany for is to create grain in lighter wood. But in this instance, what we're going to do is, no, that's not what I want you to see. That's what I'm working on. Maybe just zoom out a little. And what I want to do here Actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish the badges on the, or redo the badges on the Volvo, and then I'm winding the stream up. There's a plan. There's an executive decision, what's more. But I'm pretty happy with what I've gotten done today. Now here, what we're going to do is, yeah, that'll look good. It's going to create this is ultimately the, I'm quite sure what the correct term for the top of the dash is, but it's going to give it a really strong look and really set off everything else underneath it, because it's much darker overall. Because the bulk of the wood's going to be a light colour, is the idea here. Now, so that you get a darker line up the top, lighter line underneath. Wow, getting there. All right. Something I'll probably do before I go out is hit the VW with some more red. It'll need a few coats because red can be a bit temperamental as a colour to work with, I find. I dare say I'm not alone in that. Yeah, nice one. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there's the angle. This will ensure that everything is as it should be. Yeah, nice. Nice. Almost done. At least for today. And then, as I said, I'm going to do the badges on the Volvo. First thing tomorrow, we'll finish the Volvo and then we'll continue with our detailing. Now, if I get some of this onto the area that's meant to be just the, or predominantly the lighter wood, that's okay, because I'm still using this color as a graining thing. So, in that regard, it doesn't really matter. There we go. I probably don't need to do this spot here, but I am, just so as that if anything does show, it's a nice pretty color. There we go. Yeah, baby. All right. Maybe just a little touch more there. Oops. All right. So what I've got here, so what's going to happen is now I've got that one there, the under area is the bulk of it. I'm going to put a lighter wooden color, and I'll use this color as a bit to put a bit of grain through. We'll put some white numbers in there, the controls there. On my grandfather's, I seem to recall they were being sort of a dull white color, so we'll roll with that. I'm going to put a strip of chrome through there and around the speedo, and also on the button for the glove compartment. This will not be wooden, this area here. This is going to be about that sort of a color. So there we go. That's the plan for the V-dub. Now, very quickly, I shall rinse this brush or clean this brush. Now, next, and I'll actually use the same brush. We need this. Shake, 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 shake. And squishy, squishy, squishy. You only need a couple of spots. Come on, you can do it. That's plenty. Just tidy that up just a little. Might want to get my goggles on, in truth. All right, now they're good. And finally, for this session, just a little. Hang on. There we go. Am I happy? I'm happy. All right. All right. Done. All righty, good people. That is me done for today. I'm pretty happy with the overall work we got done. We got, the first coat of the red on our Red Baron. Boom, over this. There we go. So yeah, first coat, as I said, it will look much nicer in time. Yeah, we got. I've got to do something about the aerial wire. I'm not entirely happy with it. I might tighten that up a bit more. I digress. But we got our course here pretty much done and dusted. Can I just? Oh, I'll come back. I'll get back to that in my own time. And well, we actually got the dash of the VW started, of course, and our Volvo is very nearly done. Once those badges or the paint on them dries, in fact, I could probably even do it now. I just got to go places. That's all now. We are looking good. So, as I said, that is me done for today. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. First time viewers, I'm sure you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe. Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And follow, like, or subscribe. Now, tomorrow I'll be back. Yes, I will. Bassman will be with us. I believe he will be working. Actually, he may well be working on his own VW. I believe he's doing Herbie. I'm pretty happy with how it went today, David. Thanks. As I said, tomorrow we'll have the Volvo finished as well. It's been a pretty productive week overall. Yeah. So, as I'm going to be back tomorrow, all I really need to finish off with, I will have a happy Christmas, thank you, or Christmas dinner, thank you. You will be having yours before I see you again tomorrow, so enjoy your Christmas dinner as well. And everybody else who was out there, have a Merry Christmas and enjoy your get-togethers wherever they may be. And yeah, on that note, I shall see you tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel. I'll catch you good people then. See yous.